Namaste, good evening. I'm Naveen Gursidaya, your self empowerment coach. I empower students, employees, homemakers, and business owners overcome challenges in their lives and achieve peak performance by enabling them to go deep within. Welcome to today's live session with me at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. I'm truly thankful for everyone who watches this video on replay and leaves their comments and also have an engagement of like and share. I also thank everyone who come live with me at this time and share their wonderful thoughts to make this entire event interactive, lively, interesting, and exciting. So that's what gives me all the encouragement and the boost to come here with a new topic every day, which can be appealing to one and all. The attempt here is to see to it that we understand what are all the strengths and the abilities which are hidden deeply within us and how we can unearth all of those strengths in order to utilize them to have a peaceful life, to overcome any of the challenges which we keep seeing in our lives, and also to have a lot of happiness, contentment, which ultimately leads to success in our lives. So, today is an interesting topic where I've tried to bring in the basics of life and also the mechanism of how our brain is able to find solutions to all the problems we have, how our brain is able to find the answers to all the problems which we face in our lives. So before I get into the main discussion, let me welcome some of our friends who have joined in on Facebook and YouTube. So we have Rupashri. Hi, Rupashri. Thank you for joining in and thanks for hashtag live. Hello, Bean Auntie. Thank you so much for joining in and thanks for hashtag live. Digital Mithil has joined in. Hi, Mithil. Thank you so much for joining in. Truly appreciate it. Mithil says, nice topic. Thanks, Mithil. I'm glad you like the topic. Okay, so having seen that some of you have found the topic interesting and you have liked it, now let me get directly into the topic. How can a human brain find answers to problems? Problems, challenges, issues, everything is all of these are a part of our lives, and whoever is watching this would certainly agree to it. But we have to see to it that these problems, which are part and parcel of our lives, do not discourage us, do not put us down in order to carry on a proper normal life. That's the an assessment what we are going to do in today's discussion. Before that, I would request you to kindly like and share this video once it's available as a recorded replay on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. So I would also request you to kindly visit my website navinguru.com to have access to details regarding self empowerment and also my course on empowerment for excellence. Okay, now let's bring up the first pointer. What's the first pointer? Human brain is always programmed to find solutions. Apart from the many functions which the brain carries out, in our case, it is designed, it is programmed to function well and find a solution to our problem. So this is a fact which we have to accept. This is a biological fact, this is a medical fact, and it's a fact of life. Please do bear this in mind that the brain is programmed to find solutions to all our problems. Nature has uh, given us a life, as I said earlier, 2 minutes back. Nature has given us a life which makes us go through downs and ups, right? We get to see challenges, issues, and problems, as I said earlier. Though nature has packed all of this as a part and parcel of our life, nature has also gifted us with a brain which has the ability to solve problems. So, next time when you face a problem or an issue, be confident that your brain has the ability, the brain which makes you get up early in the morning, go and do your daily tasks the entire day, whatever role you might be doing, or whatever role you might be having in your life, whatever you do, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, till that time, brain functions well. And even after you go to sleep, in fact, statistics and some of the research have said that after we go to sleep, brain functions more. Fine. But apart from doing all of this, brain has the ability to solve all the problems which we face in our lives. It can be an internal problem or it can be an external problem. Brain has the capability or is programmed to find solution to our problems. That's the first pointer. Second pointer, humans rarely use this capability because of comfort zone. We have got used to so much of comfort in our lives, so much of ease and relaxation in our life. We do not use this capability which is there in our brain right from our birth. I've kept on saying this in the earlier session as well. This capability exists in us, but we are not at all looking towards it. Forget touching it, forget utilizing it. We are not at all looking towards it. So, hence, that's the reason I brought this as a first point. Do remember that human brain is programmed to solve problems. It's just not programmed to give you reflexes when you feel the heat or when you touch something which is hot, you have to withdraw your hands. That's reflex action. It's just not that. Deeply inside, the brain has a capability to find solutions to problems, but we humans, we do not use it. We have machines and we have systems and we have other people to take care of us. It can be the way we are brought up, wherein the our parents keep on solving all our problems and we never um, get a chance to go in the midst of the problems and find a solution on our own. Our problem is solved by our parents. There are many other systems out there. It can be government systems, it can be corporate systems or business systems which solve the problem. We have a lot of automation technology, all of them coming in, which is very good. I'm not against them. I'm totally for utilizing the technology for the best, but we are forgetting some of the gifts which nature has given us. Why should we do that? Though we can enjoy the technology which is out there, though we can enjoy the comfort which the systems provide us, though we can always relish on the support we get from different people, why should we forget or lose the capability to utilize the abilities of our mind, of our brain to solve problems? We should never do that. So, hence, when we face a problem, do remember that you have the ability to solve it and try to go deep within to find a solution. Do not rush to anybody else or any other system to find a problem, to find a solution to a problem or to find an answer. First, look at the answers which are there within us, and then you can ask somebody else if you need a help or a support after proper analysis of the problem and proper finding of a solution to a problem all by yourself. Then you can go and ask somebody else for help. That is the way we would stop rarely using the capability. We have to start using this ability of the brain, which is highly potential of solving all the problems in our lives. So when I say it, people, if at all you who are listening are in the midst of some problems, do not think it's like, okay, tell my brain to come and solve this problem. That is a kind of an arrogance we develop towards a situation, arrogance we develop towards some of the facts of life. First, just sit and analyze the problems and see how our brain can solve it. So, this is at a superficial level. These pointers are at a superficial level. Then, let's take a look at some of the pointers at a deeper level. Before that, I see some another comment which has come in. We have Mr. Rajshekhar Reddy who is joining us. Thank you, Mr. Rajshekhar. Thank you for joining in. Truly appreciate that. So let's see what's the third pointer. The brain has a high ability to scan the memory to find a solution. So when the brain is given a problem or an incident which is a tough incident or a situation which is really difficult, the brain starts scanning the memory. Is there any solution in the human database, which is the natural database? The brain does it automatically. We need not have to be conscious because, as I said, the brain is programmed to find solutions. So it starts scanning the memory, the short term memory and the long term memory, to see to it that there might be some hint to this problem I'm facing. There might be some solution which is hidden in the brain, which can be a solution to a given problem. So do remember, the brain has high ability to scan the memory to find a solution. So we are going a little deep now. The more books you read, the more experience you have in your life, the better the ability to find solutions to your problems. That's why when kids face a problems, they would not be able to solve it on their own. They need elders. And even when the kid grows into a teenager, still parents are required to solve some of the teenage problems. As we get into a career, or rather as we get into higher studies and then career and then married life, the way life goes on, we experience a lot of difficulties, and the brain keeps on functioning, keeps on using the ability which it is programmed to use, that is to find a problem to the solution. So with this, the more world we see, the more experience we have, everything is stored in the memory. The brain stores everything in the memory, and when there is a problem, it scans that memory to find a solution. So the more experience we get in our life, the more data flows in and gets stored in our memory, so that we get a lot of solutions faster and better every time. Another aspect when it comes to the brain using the memory to find a solution is books, because we might not get maximum exposure in our life. There are many individuals who are fortunate or who are lucky to get a lot of exposure in their lives and a lot of experience in their lives, and that goes and sits in their ability. But some of those people who do not have that ability, who do not have that opportunity to see larger than life experiences, or the ones which the fortunate ones get, we will have to read the books. There are a lot of books out there, and the availability of audiobooks and the e-books in today's cyber era makes it much more easier for us to get access to those books. So that's why elders or literaries or experienced people say, read more and more books. The more books you read, all of those experiences which you would never get to have in your life in future, you get to have it by reading those books. So when you are reading a book, the brain has a capability of creative imagination. That's what we discussed yesterday. So that creative imagination makes us feel as if we are living those moments or living those images or living those incidents which we happen to read in the book. So hence, elders or experienced people say that read good books. So the more we read good books, the better information gets stored in our memory, and when we face a problem, our brain finds it very easy to scan the database and provide us solutions. So please do read a lot of books, and also thank your life for giving you all the experiences which slowly builds in an ability to take on any problem you might face in future. Let's see some of the comments which are coming in. We have Sudha ma'am coming in. Thank you, Sudha ma'am. Thank you so much for joining in, and thanks for hashtag live. We have Vinay, who has joined in from Hiremat and Rati. Thank you so much, Vinay. Thank you for joining in, and thanks for your time. Okay, now let's get into the next topic, which is bringing back past images from the memory by imagination helps us to avoid repeating mistakes. So when do we get into problems? One of the ways where we get into problems is when we commit a mistake, right? So many a times we have noticed that we commit mistakes unintentionally. Those mistakes we never intended to do, we commit those mistakes. So you can't blame anything. That is how we go on in life. We learn from our mistakes. Many a times we commit mistakes intentionally. That's also another aspect which many of us would have seen in our lives. But these mistakes, what we commit intentionally and unintentionally, the experiences from those mistakes, they go and sit in our memory, both short term and long term memory. So the brain doesn't want you to enter into a problematic situation again, because and that's the reason the mistakes which we do when we are just going about in life, putting us in problems, that is there at the tip of the neurons in the brain. Because next time when we face the similar situation, the brain tells, hey, listen, last time you did this mistake and you faced this problem, do not do that. So thereby we do not get into a problematic situation. That is also another way which our brain helps us not to get into problems. Forget getting into a problem and then finding a solution. It also prevents us by storing the experiences of our past mistakes and bringing it into the front. Next time we have a similar situation or a situation somewhere around that which was a part of past mistake, and prevents us from getting into a problematic situation, prevents us from getting into a problematic area, or prevents us from getting deep into any kind of problems in our lives. One of the experiences which I had, which I would like to share with all of you, was when I was working for a software company many years back. I was a manager and I was heading a team of around 6 people. And I had to travel to Trivandrum for business. And it so happened that I had to postpone my departure from Trivandrum back to Bangalore. So what I did was I sent a mail or a request to the travel desk and told them to cancel my return flight tickets. But I forgot to book the tickets of my travel dates which had got postponed because I got so engrossed in work that I totally forgot to book the tickets. So when I reached out to the travel desk, and as per my plan, I did not want to stay one more day because my work was done. My extended stay, I was done with whatever I had to do, and I had to travel the next day morning. That was what was there in my mind, that I have to travel next day morning, but I had not booked my tickets. I have to travel next day morning. I had not booked my tickets, and I realized that after 6 p.m. in the evening, wherein the travel desk had closed. So I did not want to bother my boss. So I went ahead and booked the ticket on my own in Make My Trip, I guess. Then the tickets were booked and I traveled back to Bangalore. Then I'm supposed to submit the expense bills for claim. That is when the approving authority they asked, when there is an arrangement to book the tickets through travel desk, why did you book by using your own private mechanism, which is the Make My Trip? So I found it a little difficult to be frank, saying that I'm sorry, I forgot to book the ticket, and the travel desk was closed by the time I remembered. I did not want to open up because probably I thought that I would be laughed at. Then the question they asked is that if the travel desk had closed, and I said I was too busy with work and the travel desk had closed by the time I wanted to book my ticket, they asked, why didn't you reach out to your manager? Why didn't you reach out to your boss? That was a very genuine question. And my manager was marked in CC, and this was an unintentional mistake. It's an example of an unintentional mistake. He was marked in CC. He picked the phone and he called me. Naveen, you shouldn't have done this. If at all you were in any situation, you should have called me. And I was frank with my manager because it was an offline discussion. It was not on record. And he said, don't ever do this. Every time, do remember to go through the process. And if at all you have any difficulty, do call me. Then onwards, any time when it comes to traveling or booking flight tickets, I would not pack my suitcase. I would first book the tickets through the process, take my manager's approval, and see to it that all the processes are followed. And I have a to and fro ticket, that is, forward journey and return journey, onward journey and return journey tickets are booked. That always sat at the top of my mind. That's the way what I'm saying here is brain functions, brings back past images from the memory by imagination and helps us from repeating the mistakes. It helps us to avoid repeating the mistakes. And that was one of the experiences which I shared. And then onwards, I never ever committed that mistake again. So we have a lesson to learn here with our capability of the brain, that once we commit a mistake, how brain is programmed to store all the images in the mind so that they come in the front and stops us from committing mistakes. The next pointer, visualizing solutions to the existing problems triggers the brain's neuroprograms to think of a solution. So this is a point which I've said many times. Whenever you have challenges or problems in life, visualize that you have solved it. You need not have to pay anybody, you need not have to uh, spend any money, or need not have to put in hard work to imagine that you have solved the problem. Okay, to visualize that whatever situation you have in front of you, you have solved it. So visualization is, or imagination is, the capability which only the human brain has. We discussed that yesterday. So visualizing solutions to the existing problems, that fires the neurons in our brain and kicks in that neuro programs for a solution to come in the front on its own. Many times I would request you to think, or request you to recall, when you are just sitting and thinking what to do, all of a sudden there's a bulb on movement, right? So that is how your brain is scanning the memory to find a solution. It might be that you might have heard somebody solving a particular problem in a certain way. You might have read it somewhere. or you might have seen it, witnessed it, somebody doing it. That's the way you learn things in life. So brain stores all of this and pulls it back, renders it to us in the front of us for us to act on it and solve all the problems in our life and find simple, suitable, sensible answers to problems which we face in our everyday lives. So, henceforth, please do remember that your brain has the capability, a super capability, which is there right from birth to solve all the problems which are there. So, when you face a problem or a challenge next time in your life, do not get boggled down, do not get tensed, or do not panic. Just calm down, go deep within yourself, believe your brain, it will provide you a solution. With that, I would like to end today's session. Hope you are able to relate, enjoy, and find it interesting. And if at all you have any comment to make, or if at all you have any questions to ask, please do feel free to put that in the comment section. Else, if you do not have any question and you have thoroughly enjoyed the session and were able to relate to it, then I would request you to kindly put in hashtag liked or hashtag enjoyed in the comment section. That will let me know that you're good and we can go ahead and end today's program or today's session. Let's see if there are any comments coming in. So far, there are no comments. Um, Let me to say that the session was interesting and you liked it. Hi, Abhijit. Abhijit is there on Instagram. I did not know that. Thank you for hashtag live, hashtag like Abhijit. Appreciate that. And we do not have any comments coming in. Okay, now the comments have started trickling in. There is a delay, I guess. Binanti says hashtag enjoyed. Thank you so much, Binanti. Sudha ma'am says hashtag enjoyed. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate that. Rupashi says hashtag enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're able to relate to it. Henceforth, remember any issues, challenges, or problem you face in your life, your brain is all the more capable to handle the problem and find a solution. All you have to do is give the brain a proper platform, a proper forum for it to function well, run its scanner, and then provide you the solution. So, with that, I would like to request again for all of you to kindly like and share this recorded video on your timeline. That will help me reach more and more people. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. You have spent half an hour with me, Abhijit on Instagram, Rupashri, Binanti, Mr. Rajshekar, Mithil, Vinay, Sudha ma'am, all of you, thank you so much for spending the time. With that, it's time for me to just do a quick recap so that we take these pointers home and make them stay really well in the mind. So as I said, human brain is always programmed to find solutions. It is there within us, so always remember that. Humans rarely use this capability because of us getting pampered by being in comfort zone all the time by other people who are more experienced and are taking care of us, and other systems who take care of us. We get into a shell zone or a comfort zone and do not use this capability. The brain has a high ability to scan memory to find a solution to us, to our problems, to overcome challenges in our lives. The more you read books, the more experiences you have, the more exposure you have to the outside world, the better the ability to find solutions to your problems. bringing back images from the memory by imagination helps us avoid repeating mistakes. That's what brain does. And we also have to think, when is it that we solved this problem in the past, or when is it that I face similar kind of a situation in the past, so that I do not commit the mistake and get into a problem or find a solution to the problem. And visualizing solution, which is visualization, creative visualization or creating imagination, is one of the capability of humans which keeps us apart from the other living beings on this planet. So visualizing solutions to existing problems triggers the brain's neuroprograms for the brain to think and come up with a solution. If the memory is not able to um, provide any experiences from the past or any images from the past, then the brain starts thinking. That's why I say, do certainly think, but do not worry. If you're worrying, then you are not providing a suitable environment for the brain to think. Rather, you are putting pressure on the brain to not to think by panicking and all that. So just calm down and just think and visualize that you will solve this problem in this manner or in any other manner. Come up with many scenarios in your visualization, and the brain will be able to think and find a solution immediately with which you can address the issue then and there itself. I have one more comment coming in. Binanti says, you have given us confidence to face the problems. Thank you so much, Binanti. I'm glad you found it to be that way. I'm truly happy. Thanks for that comment. So, with that, I would like to thank all of you for having spent your time today and having related to this topic and got the confidence that you can solve the problems in your life because you have the inbuilt ability which is taken care by your brains. Thank you so much. Good night. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. Bye bye.